Hey, what's up? My name is Jonathan Fink, and this is my free audiobook series on YouTube. Up next, Spirits of the Gridiron, Volume 1, Chapter 28, The Gridiron Council. Monday morning broke cold and overcast, but inside the Simpson College lecture hall, the air crackled with something else entirely: enthusiasm. Professor Clark walked to the podium with a curious fire in his step. He adjusted his navy blazer, set down his battered leather satchel, and looked out across a room of sleepy-eyed political economy students. Then he held up a stapled paper. "I don't usually do this," he said, "but what I'm about to read is not just a term paper. It's something else." He didn't name the author. He just began reading. At first, the class barely looked up. They heard good student work before, but within a few paragraphs, notebooks closed, heads lifted, phones lowered. It was part manifesto, part policy paper, part love letter to the soul of the game. Beck didn't write about playbooks and practice schedules. He wrote about opportunity, equity, the failure of bureaucracy, the erosion of tradition, the longing for community, the power of small schools to ignite a new era. And he closed with a single sentence: "Let the revolution begin, not in stadiums of steel, but in the grass and turf fields where young men still dream." Professor Clark paused. Then he said, This isn't just a paper. This is a blueprint for something real." In permanent red ink, he wrote, "A+." Then he walked the paper down to Beck personally, handed it to him like it was a sacred text. Madison looked at her boyfriend with awe, then noticed something even rarer than the grade: a folded, handwritten note attached on the last page. "You didn't just write about college football. You wrote about America. See me after class. We need to talk to someone, Professor Clark." The next afternoon, Simpson College Athletic Department the next afternoon at the Simpson College Athletic Department, Professor Clark and Beck Jordan sat across from Tom Ironbone Stratton, former D2 catcher turned fearless athletic director. His office was decorated with team photos, 1990s ESPN magazine covers, and an old cracked bat mounted above the door with the words "Play for Keeps" engraved in the wood. He slapped the term paper down on his desk. "This," he said, "this is how we take Simpson from that nice little school in Iowa to the big time, without selling our soul to anyone." Stratton grabbed his office phone and dialed. "Get me President Dunn," he said. Wednesday morning, President Caroline Dunn's suite. Sunlight filtered through tall windows as President Dunn paced in front of her fireplace, paper in hand, glasses perched on the edge of her nose. She was sharp, a Rhodes Scholar turned college president with a mind for policy and a heart for football. Her grandfather had played for Simpson. Her brother coached high school ball in Texas. This wasn't just a school to her. It was her legacy. She finished the last page, took a slow, deep breath, and said aloud to no one, "This isn't just an idea. It's the antidote." That afternoon, she convened a task force in the old honors seminar room. Inside were Professor Clark, Tom Stratton, and Beck Jordan. Their mission, scrawled on the whiteboard in thick black marker: launch the College Football League here. Let it begin with us. Operation Gridiron began. Within 2 weeks, Simpson College publicly announced the College Football League, a pilot initiative that would operate outside traditional conference boundaries. It would honor the heart of the sport: regional rivalries, student-athlete ownership, and college football as a community ritual. A new governing body was born, the Gridiron Council. Not a bureaucracy, a brain trust. Their first meeting took place in the Student Center large conference room. No suits, no corporations, just athletic directors, laptops, and vision. They voted to launch a college football league streaming network, powered entirely by students, computer science majors, communication majors, and digital creatives. The game would be open source, crowd-funded, and aired with a homemade flair. Color commentary would be raw. Tom Stratton turned to Beck and said, "We're not ESPN. We're better. We're authentic." Beck just smiled. "Let's make some noise," he said. Meanwhile, in Columbus, Ohio, a boardroom, dark suits, bright screens, Power 5 athletic directors meet in secret to finalize their vision, the Super Conference. A 40-team breakaway, 20 from the SEC, 20 from the Big Ten. No NCAA oversight, no pesky bowl tie-ins, governed by sponsorship deals, private equity, and streaming mega deals. One athletic director leaned back and smirked. "We're not just changing college football, we're owning it." But the football gods responded with subtle, divine interventions, not in Columbus, but in a chapel in Iowa, in a dorm room in Missouri, in a student lounge in Kansas, in a coffee shop in Nebraska, and in the spirit of a walk-on, redshirt backup quarterback who believed college football could be born again. End of chapter 28. Up next, chapter 29, The Power Lords Stir. If you enjoyed this chapter, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed this chapter, please subscribe. You guys take care. I appreciate all of you. Be well, and always, God bless.